All right, everyone, welcome back for another one. And we got another exciting day for XRP and Stellar holders. All right, they usually go hand in hand. I'm about to show you my outlook here, but Stellar usually pumps right there with XRP, and we're starting to see signs of that. But if you come over here to Coin Paprika, you can see that over the past 7 days right here, only one crypto has outperformed XRP, and that is XFin Network. XDCE is the ticker. I've seen a couple people in the crypto or XRP community specifically talk about XFin. I've looked into it a little. Definitely seems like it has potential. At this point, it's just not something that I'm overly concerned with getting invested with. I'm going to sit tight in my portfolio where it's at, especially now off of a massive pump there. But hey, yeah, you guys, it looks like we might be getting an early Christmas for XRP. Let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. So this website says what, 57% over the past few days for XRP, past 7 days. But if you look at the chart, over the past 8 days, it's closer to 73%. So XRP is absolutely killing it right now. And as I've told you guys before, I don't think this is going to stop. It only, for some reason, right? I don't know why, but once it breaks out, it only goes up in a straight line. Look at this. It just goes, all right? And everyone, this is why I'm telling people, you got to get in, you got to get in, you got to get in, and you got to stay patient, all right? Don't act like you're going to time this market, you're going to trade in and out and just be perfect. It doesn't work that way, especially when stuff rips for 73% in 8 days, all right? So anyway, XRP typically goes up in a straight line. I don't think this is going to stop, personally. I think we're off to the races now. We might get a little bit of a pullback and retest, but maybe not. That's not how XRP typically moves. I mean, you had it here a little. Ran all the way up to 8 cents, then pulled back to 3 cents. But then within a few days, off to the races again. So trying to trade in and out of this is not what I'm going to do. I just see it as hang in there, hang tight, and just watch. That's all you have to do. Take the elevator up. That's what we're doing. Portfolio's taking the elevator up. All right, and I'll be the first one to admit that I've been wrong on XRP. I think this breakout is very significant. This isn't just well, it might keep going. No, I mean, this is pretty definitive that we are out of there. I was thinking, as I mentioned before, we might drag through the mud a few more months into March timeframe, but it doesn't look like it this time. I think we might be entering a full-on alt season. I'm not sure that Bitcoin has much left for the next few months. I think it might consolidate, maybe even for a month. A quick pullback, 30% pullback, and continue up might take a month or so. See what happens. I just wanted to point out to you guys real quick too, both on XRP and Stellar, we have these massive head and shoulder formations. So for those of you that don't know, it's actually an inverse head and shoulders. But the point being with these head and shoulders is, they can be found to be anywhere from like 65 to 85% accurate. When you get this formation, it signals a trend reversal. That's what they mean. So when you hear people, you don't understand TA or the basics anyway, you hear people talking about head and shoulders, what it really signifies is a trend reversal most of the time. It's not always going to be accurate, but when you get these, it usually means that the price action is reversing course. All right, so I'm hanging tight here in XRP. History shows that the sky is the limit off of this move. It could just keep going. It's extremely undervalued, nowhere close to all-time highs still. We still have almost 1,000% to go to get to all-time high. So I'll all you got to do is watch at this point if you're positioned. So happy for all you guys that were in there, staying patient. You know, I feel bad when people are texting me and they're saying, oh, well, you know, Bitcoin's going up, this and that. Why isn't XRP moving? You know, I don't have a crystal ball. You know, all I can do is tell you what I think. And I've always thought that XRP was honestly the best play in all of the top cryptos. So, and probably all of them in general. Anyway, moving on to Stellar. Got the same exact thing going on. It just hasn't broke out as much as XRP. So expect Stellar to continue its run as well. You know, historically for Stellar, it basically does the same thing as well. It goes up in a straight line, and you know, it just seems a little more volatile than XRP for whatever reason. But when it moves fast and in a straight line. So I mean, same thing here, right? Big head and shoulders pattern. My short-term target is at least a 15-cent area. I think we're probably going to get up and over that too. And then the next target would be somewhere in the 25-cent area. So, all right. I'm excited for everyone here. I think we're finally getting going in this bull run. I think we're going to see a massive alt season, and just, you know, everyone that has hung in there, you're going to get rewarded for your patience. So, coming over to the altcoin dominance. This is also finally reflecting in the chart that we might be reversing a trend. But one thing to note here is, I mean, just look at your portfolio, look at all your percentage gains, and see that this thing is hardly budged against Bitcoin. So just imagine how exciting and explosive it's going to be to get into something like this for an altcoin run. I mean, just here in this little run in December, I mean, that's when I really made like significant life-changing money. So I didn't really participate in this one. At that time, all I really had was Ethereum. I hadn't started getting involved in much altcoins in March 2017. That's why this time around, you know, I didn't think it was going to be much different. It's just going to be more explosive in altcoins again. That's why I've been telling people, you know, I have Bitcoin exposure in the mining stocks because I think they're going to move faster. But ultimately, the big gains are going to be made in alts. And just once we get another breakout against the dominance, there's going to be so much money to be made in that push. So I think the next alt season is going to be massive. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin dominance fall all the way down to 10% area off this next one. Maybe not. Minimum, I'd say 70 or so, 30%. I think we can fall all the way that low. We'll see how it plays out, but just want to let you know, we haven't even got started yet. The fun has not even happened. All right. Moving over to Twitter. Wanted to point out how the XRP haters are coming out of the closet. I don't understand why. But this PermaBulltard guy, at PermaBulltard, is saying to sell your XRP and get in Link before Brad goes ahead and dumps on you again. Supposed to be in this together. And then this other guy, I'm going to stop talking about XRP. Bag holders are getting a little rally. Happy for them. They held for 3 years at a massive loss. Yeah, whatever. It's just crazy how hateful people get towards XRP. And then I was looking through here. I follow this guy for Chainlink updates, but I mean, crazy. Like, just constantly tweeting about XRP. ZERPs are not invited to the bull market. XRP is still in the golden bear market. Why so much focus towards XRP? Oh, look, here he is charting it again. Oh yeah, of course it had a little bump like this, but I don't expect it to continue up, is basically what he's saying. People just hate. Here's another one. Never underestimate normie mental analysis. XRP is a cheap coin among the top 3, so it must be good for normies because it might go to 1 million one day. Man, You guys, it's going to be okay. If you hate XRP, you know, we've been telling you to get in forever. You know, it's not too late with the direction that we're heading, but, you know, I'm sorry that it hurts your feelings so much that you have to talk about it all the time in a hateful manner. You know, I don't even pay attention to these other projects. Like, all right, y'all do you. Like, I know XRP is going to be explosive, so that's why I'm here. Perfect meme for XRP right here. You got the XRP haters staring down at the XRP investors having a great time playing in the sand. Oh, man. Because why not? This is what I should tweet out to this guy with all of his hateful stuff, but I'm just not even going to waste my time on it anymore. You know, there's going to be people who didn't participate and people who did. All right, try to help your friends and family. That's what I say. You can't, there's no point in wasting your time on the people who are going to just be mad and hateful towards you because they didn't get in. All right. And as I've showed you just yesterday, come over to the World Economic Forum, look at the partners page. Their only crypto company listed is Ripple. There's a reason for that, guys. Wake up. Can't find any other ones in here. And their other partners just so happen to be all the biggest companies in the world. It's right in front of our faces. All right, moving on to a quick news article. Just kind of fits into what I've been saying lately. 4 metrics suggest Bitcoin price will correct, but can it hit 20K first? A pullback in the price of Bitcoin is likely based on several on-chain data points, namely the spent output profit ratio indicator, stablecoin inflows, stacked sell orders at 19,000, and the crypto fear and greed index. However, the question remains when that correction would occur. Not going to read the whole article. Just goes on, if you want to check it out, learn some TA, a couple metrics, and things like that. Feel free. But it's exactly what I'm thinking. You know, we could make one final push in the 19,000s, maybe try to touch 20K. But I just think it's going to get rejected. And at this point, it's looking like the money is going to continue to flow into alts. So we could very well see an alt season exploding here for December and the first quarter of next year. We'll see what happens. Once again, want to address people like this. See, Alex Saunders, this guy, has a lot of followers on YouTube and Twitter. And just 2 days ago, says, an old doctor mate of mine just sent me this. Usually he's the one doing the saving. Right, because he's a doctor, always saving people. Hi, Alex. Do you have a recommendation for a trading platform, particularly for XRP? I have come across CoinSpot. Thank you in advance. Alex gives him this sound advice of, do not buy XRP. It's the worst performing coin for a reason. Buy 50-50 Bitcoin and Ethereum, hold for 5 years, retire. Right, Alex. Well, it looks like you need to go talk to your doctor about some trading and investing recommendations, because it sounds like he had the right idea and you gave him the wrong information. Because if Alex would have bought a few days ago, he'd be up probably another 40-50% right now. So don't listen to these assholes that continuously throw XRP under the bus and hate on it, because they're just wrong. They're just mad that it's more efficient, works. It does what it's supposed to do. Bitcoin was supposed to be the payment system. Obviously, it doesn't work for that because it only processes like 4 to 7 transactions per second or something ridiculous like that. So now the narrative has been switched to store value, right? It's not ever going to serve the purpose of moving money around the world fast. It doesn't do that. So they all have their own use cases. So that's like saying don't buy Apple because Amazon is the one. Doesn't make sense, all right? You can have both. All right. Last but not least, if you clicked on the on this video because of my title talking about Stellar. I'm going to get into probably the most important news piece of Stellar and maybe crypto in general, to see the direction of the future that we might have seen even this year at all. I don't know, this year has been a crazy year, but this piece of news is extremely important. So right off of Circle's website, Circle is the company that created USDC, the stablecoin pegged to the dollar, for those of you that don't know. All right, getting into it. Circle partners with Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela and AirTM to deliver aid to Venezuelans using USDC. The initiative launched with government support. Right? Government support marks a global first with use of stablecoins for foreign aid. Unique private-public partnership, stablecoin solution, and distribution channel represented only viable option available to the Republic to distribute funds while avoiding censorship by the Maduro regime. There's that term again. Private-public partnership. What have I told you guys? So Brian Brooks, the acting comptroller of the US, so he's been saying that the United States needs to take a private-public partnership approach in order to build the CBDC. He said it over and over. He's the guy who's putting all the regulations in place for this development. And there you have it. Once again, the term private-public partnership and government support, so on. I'm going to get into that, but I think it's pretty obvious which direction we're headed, right? In my opinion, USDC is the United States CBDC, and it just so happens that it runs on Stellar. Earlier this year, Circle was approached with a significant and important challenge. Could we help the legitimate elected government of Venezuela distribute desperately needed aid to frontline medical workers in Venezuela as they battle the 19, while suffering from impacts of hyperinflation, international isolation and sanctions, and economic collapse due to Nicolas Maduro's disastrous policies and profligate money printing? All right. Through a collaboration with the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, led by President-elect Juan Guaido, US-based fintech innovator AirTM, and coordination with the US government, we were able to put in place an aid disbursement pipeline that leveraged the power of USDC, dollar-backed, open, internet-based digital currency payments, to bypass the controls imposed by Maduro over the domestic financial system and put millions of dollars of funds into the hands of people fighting for the health and safety of the people in Venezuela. All right, so they go on to explain, how South America is hard hit during this crisis, how the power transfer has happened down there, and how they set up the USDC, or how they set up the entire process, basically. So if you want to go ahead and read this article, I'll put the link in the description, actually, because this one is very important. And but anyway, yeah, they show how they set it up and everything like that. But last but not least, very important, they say, all of this is powerful, inspiring, and underscores the ability of the internet and digital currency to transform not just how value and money moves, but ultimately also the freedom of people to transact, even in the face of brutal dictatorships. It also marks a historic moment where, in order to execute on foreign aid objectives, economic and political leaders have turned to stablecoins. While this may be the first time, it will no doubt not be the last time, as global stablecoins firmly arrive on the world stage as a foundational infrastructure in the future of the international monetary system. So in my personal opinion, they just told you that USDC is going to be the retail CBDC of the United States. What else do you need to know? And I don't think that Stellar, or XRP is going to be used on the retail end. I think it will still be used. It's just going to be a wholesale back-end settlement layer for institutions. That's what I would guess. And I think that the retail are going to be using USDC on Stellar. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, but man, I think this is all kind of right in our face, isn't it? Interesting times ahead, that's for sure. You know, I think we are just getting started for sure. So if you're here, you already packed your bags, you're ready to go, don't get impatient or don't get antsy. Don't think you need to start trading in and out. If you're inexperienced, you know, that's almost a sure way to lose money. So you're already invested, just sit tight. It's going to be a long road. You know, there will be a lot more dips probably coming, but ultimately, you know, I think people need to stay in the mindset. I don't need to do anything. Don't get anxious or antsy. Just, you know, keep steady until the end of next year. And as I've said, you know, I'm going to be here all along the way. My goal is to just kind of coach people through this whole process mentally. That way you don't make any silly decisions and lose money. So that about wraps it up. Once again, as always, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.
What is a cashless society? What does it actually mean in a literal or high-level sense?
Money will become like these, relics of a different age, and will only be found in places like this. In other words, hard cash will disappear. It will become electronic, transferred by things like these.
Then Tracy is in Beijing to show us what a nearly cashless society actually looks like. Then, good morning.
Mobile payment transactions in China reached a cumulative total of 277.4 trillion RMB in 2018, ranking #1 in the world, according to the recently released statistical report on internet development in China. As of June 2019, online payment users in the country reached 633 million. The cashless society is now approaching.
When's the last time you paid with cash? Well, chances are cash has taken a backseat to the plastic in your wallet and smartphone pay apps.
Denver 7's Ryan Luby explains the digital pay revolution and why not everyone is on board.
The cashless society, the cashless society.
The cashless society.
The cashless society is now approaching.
The cashless society.